I hear the noise, and it's just it's gotten to a point where, like, at some point, all right, now you woke the bully. I have to bully.
Coming into this season, Paul George would tell all of us that he wanted to unleash his inner bully on the rest of the league. And so far, the opposite has happened, as the 76ers are the ones who have been getting bullied. And until we see change, this is going to continue to be this team's reality. But first, don't disappoint me like the 76ers have and like the video. And if you are new, subscribe and turn on notifications if you are enjoying the content. Also, if you guys couldn't tell, I'm working through a little bit of a sore throat on this one, so my apologies for that. I actually wanted to bring you guys this video days ago, but my voice was completely gone. Anyways, let's get this word from today's sponsor and then get back to the content. With Underdog, you can win up to 1,000 times your money by just picking higher or lower on projections of your favorite players. That's right, with Underdog, you can literally turn $1 into $1,000 in a single night. Just the other night, I was able to win $45 by selecting Jaren Jackson Jr. to go over 19.5 points, and Anthony Edwards to go over 27 points. And as you guys can see, I'm going to be doing some more entries for just $1 as we head into this weekend. Now guys, when you sign up, make sure to use my code COOP, because with code COOP, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash along with the free pick. And it's a great way to support the channel. Thank you Underdog for the sponsor. Most GMs dream of being in a position to add a max level talent alongside a superstar like Joel Embiid and a star like Tyrese Maxey. And for the 76ers, this wasn't just a dream, but their actual reality this offseason. We'd see quite a few names floated around in rumors, names of some big time players. Names like Mikal Bridges, Jimmy Butler, Lauri Markkanen, Brandon Ingram, and Paul George. All of these names would seem to be great options, but of all of these names, there was one that scared me much more than the others, and that name would be Paul George. And let me explain why. It's no secret that Joel Embiid has struggled with his health. Just last season, he would play in just 39 out of 82 regular season games. And while those 39 games were electric, that still doesn't change the fact that it was only 39 games that he played in. When you have a superstar like this who struggles with their health, it's paramount that if you're going to add another star to the concoction, that you add one that A, makes their lives easier on the floor, and B, can carry the team for long stretches if need be. These are both things that James Harden does better than Paul George, and they didn't want to pay Harden. And this isn't me saying that Harden was the long-term solution in any way, but if you had to go big this past offseason, then you could have at least found a way to get a more reliable replacement engine, especially for the price that you would be willing to pay. Coming into this offseason, Paul George would make it clear, at least to me, that he was going to try to break the bank. He'd say, at this point, it's not even about chasing a championship, like it's not that. But it's playing the right style of basketball. That's what I'm chasing. To me, this translated to I want to play my style of basketball, and I want to get paid as much money as possible to do so. I can never get mad at Paul George for having this mindset, because what he wants sounds good to a lot of us, and it's not like he went to the Wizards or something. He went to a risky basketball situation, but still one that had championship upside. Now, I can get mad at the 76ers for making such a risky play. A prime Paul George was a dangerous ceiling grazer who you could drop in any system and pair with any star because of his talent and versatility. In his prime, he was one of the best all-around players in the NBA. Prototypical size, elite defense, elite offense, and a hunger to be great. That's what he brought to the table. At 34 years old, Paul George is still a really good player, but far from the player that he was in his prime, which makes maxing him such a hard pill to swallow. The 76ers got their Tobias Harris upgrade, but at what cost? Why shrink your championship window even more? I'd at least be more understanding if they got PG on a reasonable contract, but at $212 million for 4 years, this man didn't exactly come cheap. Thankfully for the Sixers, some of their other offseason signings would, and they would actually be good signings, but not good enough to move the needle for this team without its stars. And as we all know, this team has spent quite some time without all of its stars. Unfortunately, since the 76ers signed Paul George, it's been the same old story for both Paul George and the 76ers. Paul George would miss the first 5 games of the season thanks to a bone bruise in his knee that he suffered in the preseason, only to re-injure that same knee in the first game that the whole Big Three would be healthy. The Philadelphia 76ers are currently paying $53 million a year for injury problems and 16.7 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game on poor efficiency when he's actually healthy. When he's been healthy, he's only been shooting 39.6% from the field, which is pretty bad. That's what he's put to paper since returning. Then there's Tyrese Maxey, who would start the season healthy before suffering a hamstring strain against the Los Angeles Clippers that would cause him to miss a lot of time. At 39.7 minutes per game, Maxey was playing more minutes per game than anybody before his injury. Remember what I said about having another engine when your superstar is Joel Embiid? I don't like that I'm already not feeling great about Embiid to start this season when he's the only guy capable of holding this entire mess together. Joel Embiid would be healthy enough to play in the Olympics this summer, helping the USA to win gold, but shockingly, not only did he fail to play in any preseason games for the 76ers, he would also miss time to start the season due to left knee injury management, and his absence would be extended when the Embiid saga would take another turn, with him shoving a reporter who was way out of line. Embiid took issue with the recent column by Mark Hayes. In it, Hayes mentioned Embiid's son and late brother while questioning Embiid's professionalism and effort to stay in shape. There are some lines that you never cross, and Hayes crossed them. The NBA would give Embiid a 3-game suspension for this situation. Embiid would return to play against the Knicks in a group play NBA Cup game, and in his return, you could tell that his injury was still bothering him as he was lumbering all over the court. Embiid not looking 100%, along with his poor performances since returning, has led to people wondering how bad that Joel's injury really is. Simultaneously, the 76ers' abysmal start has brought to light some things that I'm sure that at least most of the 76ers organization would have liked to keep private. After the team lost their 4th game in a row to the Miami Heat, veteran guard Kyle Lowry would call for a team meeting where there was a lot of accountability between the coaches and the players. Per The Athletic, according to the team and league sources, Maxey highlighted the need for Embiid to set a better example as a leader on a day-to-day basis, while emphasizing the importance of timeliness. The message in essence was that everything within their program starts with the big man, and that he simply must be better when it comes to his leadership. League and team sources say that Embiid heard the message, while also expressing a lack of clarity and occasional frustration about how he is being used on the court. Per ESPN, Tyrese loves the big fella, but this was the elephant in the room. Jimmy Butler is really the one who got away for the 76ers, because he would have never let things get this bad with Embiid in the first place. Jimmy Butler would have held everybody to a higher standard, not just Embiid. This includes the coaches, who according to the players, haven't been coaching the team hard enough. Apparently, Philadelphia players have told Nick Nurse that they want to be coached harder, to which the coaches said they want the players to practice with purpose and attention to detail. Joel Embiid leading a team with a coach that isn't pushing him sounds like a nightmare of a situation. Now, Lou Will actually says that this meeting is being blown out of proportion, because when he was on the phone with a few guys from the 76ers, Embiid and Maxey were laughing and giggling. If it's true that this meeting is being overblown, then that doesn't really make me feel any better about this team. I'm not trying to sound like Oscar the Grouch here, but if anything, this team needed a meeting like the one that is being depicted by the media. You really have to feel for 76ers fans at this point, because this whole saga has been a mess. At least 76ers fans have McCain, whose vibe is on a completely different plane than everything going on with the team right now. He's just out there vibing, getting buckets, and making TikToks, doing everything that he can to make the best out of an otherwise poopy situation for the Philadelphia 76ers. You guys can expect a video from us soon covering just how good that McCain has been. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss that video or any other videos for that matter. In the comments below, let me know what you guys think of this entire situation. Are the 76ers cooked and are we getting closer to an Embiid trade? Or is there still hope for this team to turn into a contender with the season still being incredibly young? Embiid says to trust the process, so let's just see what happens. Anyways guys, there's some more going on in the NBA right now that I need to be breaking down. So clicking the video on the screen right now and using code COOP for Underdog are both great ways to support this channel. I'm GetLikeCoop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.